welcome to the Thrive Show, where we're talking about creating a thriving business, a life of intention, even during the midst of the crisis. Today, we have a special guest with us. She is a personal friend, an amazing woman, and she's going to share with us all about how to remain calm, how to stay grounded, and how to really connect with what's important during this time. We have today Dr. Martha Nessler. Welcome, Martha.
Well, it's so good to be on here and always good to connect with you.
So can you share with us, I know we were talking a little bit offline about, how you use your essential oils and how you're basically using plants to create wellness and to create calm during the chaos. So can you share with us more about that?
I would love to. And the reason I love oils is I just want to say because life is real, right? Anyways, not in a crisis. And right now life is really real. And I know it's extremely magnified for some people. So for me, I love to be as in control as possible of my own body and my own emotions. And finding essential oils was like that tool, right? It's that thing that my purse right now, it probably weighs 5 pounds because I got a bunch of essential oils in it. And that's because life happens and it happens whether or not we want it to, right? And I just want to stay as in control as possible. So I feel I was very prepped for this crisis that we're going through. And my goal today is going to be to share a little bit about how oils work, how we get them, what they're made of, and ways that you can keep calm during the chaos. So I'm excited to be here with you today.
I love that because, something you said, like staying in control. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are we were all blindsided by this. We're all in this together. And there's a huge sense of that loss of control. So how do you get there?
It's funny. I was just talking to my fiance this morning and we literally got engaged in January in Florida. And here I said, isn't that bizarre? We got engaged in Disney World in Florida. And now here we are in March. Disney World is closed. Florida as we know it doesn't exist. And it's been barely 2 months. And in that ever-changing climate, there's a lot of emotions that had happened for people. Multiple emotions a minute are happening. So for me, having these oils on hand and being able to, which I'll show you, bring myself, I keep saying back into my body. It's like the energy is so intense right now and so many things are happening that it's really easy to leave your body and almost lose control. Mm-hmm. So having these on hand and knowing how to use them is, for me, been an instant game changer because literally they work within seconds. So probably just starting right now and telling you how an essential, where it comes from is, for example, this bottle of grapefruit. It's cold press extracted from the peel. Okay. So it doesn't come from the citric acid, it comes from the peel. And all plants and all flowers, they all have the trees, essential oils in them. And they're in the plant to protect the plant. So the way they protect the plant and care for the plant, they also do that for us. Okay. So they do have physical benefits. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the emotional benefits. So if I am to take a drop of this grapefruit, put it in my hand, rub my hands together and deeply inhale. And I always do it 3 times because it just grounds me. But that aroma goes into my olfactory center. My olfactory nerve picks it up and it gets delivered to my amygdala. And the amygdala is the emotional control center. And right now, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a little baby. I don't care if you're an adult. I don't care if you're Donald Trump. Right now, more than ever, we need to be able to balance our amygdala, our emotional control center, because our emotions, there's a lot of people feeling multiple emotions a day. And the cool thing is, I'm big on people still processing their emotions, feeling what they need to feel and, not stifling them down. So these oils do support us as we move through all of the emotions that we can experience in a minute right now. So having these oils on hand and understanding the different ways. So the couple things that I've been talking about is that emotion of overwhelm, where we want to take a deep breath, right? We want to take ourselves out of this state, whatever you want to call it, where it's that frenetic, intense state and take a deep breath and relax. What I've been recommending with the women I work with is using Breathe. Breathe is a respiratory blend from doTERRA. Okay, that is going to help us to take a nice big deep breath, and pairing it with lavender. So this is also the one I use almost every night. I always want to
I just want to smell it.
the combination of this, it's that calming and that opening up. The combinations is amazing. So the different ways we could use this would be, I'm kind of stuck here. So I was on a business trip to the States. I normally live in New Zealand. So hence my fanciest tops I have right now. Besides a leather jacket. This is a diffuser I just ordered and I'm loving it, okay? So doTERRA is still delivering. It's an essential service, so that was good for me. But filling it up with water, putting 2 to 3 drops of lavender and 2 to 3 drops of easy air in here, and just plugging it in. I've been having it going right behind me, and I have one over there, and just creating a really great aroma in the house. It's creating good balance in the house. So a lot of you guys are isolated maybe for the first time in a long time with your husbands or your kids, and the feelings are real. So this is a really good mood management tool for the entire home, helping you kind of stay on top of it. Another thing I can do is, like you saw me, put 2 drops in my hand, take a deep breath. I can add a little carrier oil. So I did run out of the carrier oil I've been using, which is fractionated coconut oil. So it's a liquid coconut oil, but we can use any plant-based oil. So a little olive oil, and then rub it on the bottom of your feet. The bottom of your feet have lots of nerve endings. So it's a really easy way to distribute the essential oils throughout your body. Our nervous system, I'm a chiropractor, so I know the importance of our nervous system. And our nervous system is all throughout our whole body. So when we apply it to the bottom of our feet, it actually distributes that essential oil throughout our entire body. And when we inhale it or apply it to our skin, within 20 minutes, it's affecting all the cells in our body. So it's really quite amazing how powerful the essential oils are. Now, so that's what I've been doing because I don't want to name anything, right? Because we all feel things different. So if you're feeling like this and you just need to, take a deep breath, take a mommy time out, take a spouse time out, like that's a really good blend using the Breathe and lavender. All right, so next is the reality that some people literally feel like they're coming out of their bodies. They feel like they don't know who they are anymore and wanting to feel grounded. The couple oils that I really love, I'm just moving them over here a little bit, is anything with a root, right? So we have to think about plants and think about trees. Trees are really big and strong, and they're rooted in the ground. Balance is a grounding blend that has some beautiful flowers in it, but it also has some trees, and it's called the grounding blend. The chief medical officer, Dr. Hill, when he created this, he said it was like an adjustment in a bottle. So when you think about the nervous system feeling like you're going to come out of your body, this blend really pulls you kind of back into your body, right? I wouldn't say it's as good as a chiropractic adjustment in the way that we do chiropractic, but I would say that it's a really quick fine tune for your body. Once again, applying it to the bottom of your feet. This one's already blended with fractionated coconut oil, so it's a really, really good one to pull you down and ground you. Now, another couple are these. These are parts of trees. So copaiba. This is another one when people are feeling really shaky. Once again, grounding and pulling them down. I've had people who get really nervous and get tremory. They say that, if I just rub the copaiba into my hands and inhale it, it really calms me. And so another one, kind of showing you a little bit about how oils work. The higher pitched oils are some of the flowers like Melissa. They're really high vibrating in rose because oils work off a frequency. So you can actually measure them with the tuning fork. They actually have a frequency. Now, lavender, that's an oil a lot of us know is calming, right? And it's got a really low note. It's a G. I can't sing, but it's like a right? So we use lavender and we calm down. Vetiver is very similar, much more. They kind of call it a horse tranquilizer of oils. So watch this. Yeah, so it's really, really thick hibiscus, right? So whenever this oil, I don't know if you get more calmed down just waiting for it, or maybe it'll stress you out. When it finally comes out, it's just about to. Well, maybe not. Maybe we don't have time for that today. But this oil is really thick, right? And it really slows. So taking it, if you're feeling like you need to ground, rub it on the back of your neck, on the bottom of your feet. And always just take a nice deep inhale. I think sometimes we don't breathe enough, Val.
Yeah.
And it's really easy when you get more panicky and everything's coming at you and you're trying right now to balance the kids or balance work from home. And maybe your spouse is working right next to you for the first time in a very long time. You're not getting that timeout, right? Some people call it a mommy timeout. I call it a Dr. Martha timeout. Maybe you're not getting that as easily. Just stopping and taking 3 big breaths in, right? And blowing, I say, breathe in the goodness and blow out the BS. And sometimes thinking about like, I am calm, I'm amazing, and breathing in some really good, positive thoughts. It's an instant game changer. It's an instant game changer.
Love that.
When we talk about not just grounding, some people aren't wanting to get out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. You have you went from a full schedule, the kids had a lot of stuff to do to occupy them. And now you're expected to teach them. You're expected to do all your chores. You're expected to keep them quiet while your husband's working at home. I mean, it's like all on. The thought of not getting out of the bed, I believe, is a completely normal thought that a lot of people are having. So that's when we want to really lean to our citruses. Okay. Citruses are our pick-me-up oils. I have a few right here. I've got bergamot. I've got grapefruit, tangerine. These oils, like I said, they're kind of like the citruses or the happy oils. They're the ones that kind of get everybody up and going. Popping them in your diffuser, pick a couple citruses, maybe a drop of peppermint. Peppermint's really opens you up. I've just ordered more. I'm out of peppermint. I've been clearly using quite a bit, working New Zealand hours as well. But peppermint, it wakes you up, right? It helps to oxygenate the brain because it's really opened things up. So those are some of the things, if you're not feeling like you want to get out of bed, those are some easy citruses, diffusing them. And citruses are super detoxifying. So it's another good one to have going in the air right now. Another oil I love, a lot of people know frankincense, extremely empowering oil. I mean, back in the day, Ayurvedic medicine pours warm frankincense over people's heads when they're sick. It was used in the Bible. It was a gift to baby Jesus. The Romans put it in their shields. It's a really empowering oil. Once again, it's also a tree. This is one of those oils that, I do some research on it. There's tons of research on frankincense. And when you see its benefits, it's one I add to all the diffuser blends I do. So if I put peppermint and lemon, I also add frankincense because it's just a really empowering, really amazing oil to use. The last thing I'm going to talk about is having some roller bottles on hand. Okay. This is something so let's say you are trying to get out and go on a walk, right? Some people are totally isolated right now. I told Val earlier, the word isolation really gets under my skin because it's almost daunting. But having roller bottles around like magnolia. Magnolia is basically lavender, but 10 times stronger because of the linalool in it. And it's really, really calming, right? So if you're out on a walk with your kids and all of a sudden the toddler's going one way and, your husband's saying, let's go on a walk this way, and someone throws a temper tantrum and you need to stop. It's kind of stop. Don't drop and roll, but maybe stop, unscrew and roll, right? And just apply it to your pulse points. Applying it to those neurological areas where you can get that relief and taking a time out to breathe oils. I have a lot of friends right now who they're bringing their kids into it. So it's not like, stop, you're being naughty. I have to smell oils. It's like, hey, everybody, let's stop. Let's put on our oils and everyone take a deep breath, right? Because we're having to learn how to get through this together. And the other oils along with magnolia, I'm loving our Peace. It's the reassuring blend. I've been even carrying it around with me, right? Because I'm trying my best to stay in leadership mode and be a light for other people. But it is hard because I'm human. It's hard, like when I went and got a coffee and people are talking about the world ending. People are, a lady was crying, another lady was scared to be by any of us. So when all that's happening, I sometimes need to stop. For me, I always stop, take a few deep breaths, say a little prayer, and Peace has been just an amazing, essential oil. And then the adaptive calming blend. So I wanted to show you a few because a lot of you already have these oils. doTERRA's oils are very well known because they're tested 53 different ways, so you can feel safe using them. And I realize that right now on hand, people may not have every single oil, but that's why I wanted to show you kind of a wide array. So back to the fact that trees, anything tree is going to really ground you, because that's what trees do. They're strong and they're rooted. They're very empowering. Frankincense, the oil we all know and love, is a super empowering oil, one that has just so many benefits that I'm not going to take all your time to tell you. The citruses, they're little pick-me-up happy oils. The flowers are really calming. Then also like peppermint, anything that's going to open you up and, you know, pick you up. There's a blend called Motivate by doTERRA. That's also like kind of says it in the name, Motivate. But I think, you know, right now, kind of the name of this game is finding a scent you like, right? So like I love Balance. One of my friends, her husband believes it smells like cat pee. I know that's bizarre. I'm just like, okay. But obviously, like, don't diffuse that and say, I want to ground you, right? It's like, reach for other things that we can all use right now. Reach for something that the whole family agrees on and start diffusing it. Because when you look at the benefits of oils and what they do for the plant they come from, everything about them is going to be also supporting your overall immune system right now, supporting your air quality right now, and supporting your emotional well-being, which really, that's kind of the name of the game. That's not even coming from me. That's coming from every news media outlet, from the CDC, is take care of yourself, right?
Mhm.
And do all the things you can do to support yourself. So I hope that was informative. I didn't want to give you too much information to add to the chaos, but I wanted to give you guys enough to be able to really support yourselves through this time.
Thank you so much. That is beautiful. And I love that you explained each and every single one of them, because I think, you know, for someone like me that I'm not super familiar with oils, like learning that, you know, the tree grounds you, the citrus picks you up. I remember when I was in senior living and we had an Alzheimer's unit, and each morning we would use the citrus. We would use it and they would smell it and we would diffuse it. And then at night we would use the lavender. And there was proven studies, science. I mean, this was a big corporation. They had done lots of research around that. So I love that you explained each one of those.
Yeah, and I mean, there's so much research out there. That's why, and you'll all find your source. I mean, John Hopkins, Mayo Clinic, publicized medical journals. I mean, the research is definitely out there. You know, feel free to reach out to me if you have questions for a specific thing. Like, I'm more than happy right now. I've been getting, you know, lots of, like, the one question, like, can you make my husband behave? No, I do not know if there's an oil for that. Or like getting your children. I mean, vetiver, yes, to calm them down, but I can't make them not be naughty right now. So some of those questions I'll just throw out. I don't have the answer to how to tame your husband with oils. But, and all jokes aside, if you guys need anything, like, feel free to shoot me a message. I'm at Dr. Martha Nessler. I'm more than happy to help you guys find the right oils for you and your family. So yeah, but I'm really grateful for you doing this, Val, because I think being involved in health and wellness for 14 years,
Mm.
although the state of the world is overwhelming, watching people turn to wellness and start to want to take better care of themselves, their human body, and their family and their home, it's like what I've looked for. So I'm totally excited for you to provide the information for people, because they're out there looking, and to get such credible sources. So thank you so much for putting this together, because you have your own things to do as well. So thanks for being such a blessing right now.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you so much for joining us. So for those people who are looking for you, we'll put your information below as well. But it sounds like you're at Dr. Martha Nessler on what platforms?
Facebook and Instagram. So, and drmarthanessler.com is my website. So basically, if you can DrMarthaNessler, you will find me. So in any way that you want to do that.
Perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for lending your expertise and your wisdom and being such a bright spot in this Thrive Show series. So excited to have you. And thank you so much, guys. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.